very good British fighter. And I remember Tyson speaking to him through camp to say, if you ever get knocked down, and was explaining what to do. And when you keep talking about something, it will end up sinking in unconsciously as well, subconsciously and unconsciously. I think that played a part as well, and he's always, in the same respect, he's always come out and said, to beat me, you have to nail me to the canvas. And like I say, when you keep repeating that, that will sink in.
Then you mentioned your faith and Tyson is quite a big thing, both of you. Is that how much of your relationship is built around that? How important is that to what you have?
Yeah, of course. When you're similar and like similar things and get on, you know, it's easier. You do have that. You gel. You know, it's not like we're complete opposites. I can tell he will act. If he's upset and doesn't like something, he would act the exact same way as I would react and behave. So I can tell if something's wrong and if something's pissed him off, because we're very similar like that. And obviously it does help the relationship.
Have you discussed your faith with each other?
Yeah, all the time we will. And, you know, we all went to church the other day, all of us together. Out here, and we've done the same when we was in LA.
That's something you do every camp, you find a church.
Yeah, we do always go, yeah.
How much of a strength do you think that is, having that extra bond beyond just
nothing's more powerful than the man above.
I know you're Tyson's strength, not Deontay's, but at the same time, did you think he deserved more credit for, even though most people thought he lost the fight, for trying to go after a guy 30 pounds heavier than him, having that conviction for all 12 rounds? Do you think Wilder deserved some credit too for what he showed?
Deontay Wilder's a freak of nature as well. He's only slightly heavier than me now, but going into the fight, I was probably heavier than him. And you know, he can punch like a horse kicking. He's got heart, as he showed throughout the fight. He's got balls on him. And he's a lot more skilled than people give him credit for. If you watch fights like when he boxed Bermain Stavern the first fight, when he boxed Ariola, when he boxed Duapas, he has good ring generalship. He knows how to create distance, maintain distance. He understands different distances. He was varying his jab up, varying his shots up. He's a lot better, but because it doesn't look textbook or look silky smooth, so to speak, people don't give him credit, but he's a very, very good fighter, and I do believe he's the second best in the world.
Ben, how does a fight?
Out of who?
Out of Tyson and Deontay.
It's a difficult one. That's a difficult one. That is a difficult one. Actually, from getting from A to B, I don't know. A few times in that fight, they ended up jabbing together with each other, catching each other same time jabbing, because they was very similar in speed.
Then how does a fight between Wilder and Ruiz play out?
I like Andy Ruiz. I think he's a very, very good fighter, and a really nice guy from what everybody says. I just think stylistically, I think that Deontay Wilder would win that fight. Like I said, I just believe that Deontay Wilder is the second best heavyweight in the world.
Would he do better against shorter fighters? Do you think part of why Fury gives him problems? Because you mentioned Ariola and Stavern, but those guys are shorter than Deontay.
I only use that example as opposed because of you know, he boxed Brazil, wiped him out within about 2 minutes. Duapas is relatively tall, 6'5", I think. I boxed quite short in that fight, but obviously Deontay Wilder's tall, Tyson's tall. Tyson will cause anybody problems, but you do have to understand how to box somebody short, how to box somebody tall. You have to know how to vary your style. You have to change your defense tactics. You have to change you have to change a whole lot about your game, depending on how somebody is physically and stylistically.
Is that what Joshua's lacking? Because he seems to struggle against smaller guys with better.
I just think that the way Joshua is, he I don't want to get into too much detail because he's a potential opponent, but like you say, look, he tends to he steps in very heavy with his shots because he's very focused on loading up. But when you step in heavy with your shots and you miss that shot, you've closed the gap for them. And obviously the shorter men are used to boxing taller men and like to be at that mid to short range, so then you're playing into their best areas.
Ben, are Joshua and Wilder maybe at a disadvantage against a guy like Ruiz, being that they're like finishers like that. Like once they get guys hurt, they go after the finish. I feel like that's what happened with Joshua as soon as he tagged, and he went in for the kill and got tagged himself. I know you said Deontay would beat Ruiz, you feel would be favored against Ruiz. But wouldn't Wilder kind of have that issue as well once he gets Andy hurt, kind of going for the kill? Because it's the same thing that happened with Joshua, right? Like Ruiz.
Yes, but there's a difference with Joshua. Joshua hurts people and finishes people usually with a combination, multiple punches. Whereas Wilder can really hurt someone or finish a fight with one clean shot. Is he at risk? Of course he's at risk, because when you plant your feet, load big shots up, two lands first. But Deontay Wilder is very, very quick with it as well, and that is an advantage for him, of course.
Do you see a difference between the Joshua and the recent guys
No, I just think that what showed is Andy Ruiz's experience there. And as he run back in, he actually got caught with a right hand. But when he got inside, he rolled underneath the left hook, naturally just knowing after right hand is probably going to be the left hook. He sat underneath the left hook, smothered Anthony Joshua, gained his composure, used his forearms to create some space, and started landing his own shots. And that just showed his experience and his class and his quality.
Last one for me, brother. I know you said you're not going to share what you see on tape or shorts, but I'll give it a shot. You mentioned he's fundamentally sound, but is that part of why do you think he has nothing beyond being a good, sound, fundamental fighter, and that's why ultimately he won't beat Tyson on Saturday night and maybe not even trouble him, or is that putting words out?
Well, I know that he's brought in a new training team, and I know one of the coaches that he's employed, Roberto Norris, is a very good Cuban coach, a very good coach. So, and he's only young, so he'll be improving his game. So he may bring things that we haven't seen, and that's what I expect. But like I say, there's flaws in his game that I see that we'll look to exploit. But he's a big guy, but he's not a big plodder. He's quick feet, quick hands. He's German, so like I say, he's fundamentally sound. A former German international amateur. So he's a tidy boxer. Obviously, he's not been at his level before, but Tyson hadn't been at Klitschko's level when he boxed Klitschko before. So he's a little bit of an unknown quantity, and that is one of his assets coming into this fight.
Ben, how does a fight between Fury and Andy Ruiz play out?
Tyson understands how to box shorter guys. If you watch his fight against Chisora, the second fight, that's an example there. I believe that Tyson would outbox Andy. Obviously Andy's a dangerous guy, but Tyson's a very, very smart boxer, and I feel that we know how to would know how to nullify Andy Ruiz. No problem.
Thank you.
Cheers, mate.